is exactly American dream? You know what I mean? American dream. What is it exactly?
Yeah. So first, I'll kind of share what I think what people think it is. So I've been asked this question a lot by Malagasy young people, interested in studying abroad. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong with studying abroad. That's a really good thing. But the problem is that many people have this idea that the American dream means that you're going to live some really luxurious, comfortable lifestyle, right? And it's just not the case.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to ESM Talkshow, hosted by ESM team. I'm Patrick, and by my side I have Mr. Claudio. And today we have another special guest, and that is Tim McGuire. You may know him from, a lot of interviews not a long time ago. So let's get this show started. Before we talk about a lot of things right here, I'm gonna let him talk a little bit about himself because some of you out there may not know him very well. So welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks, my brother. It's really a pleasure to be here in this beautiful studio in 67. So my name's Tim McGuire. I'm the founder and CEO of TourOnePlanet. Our whole goal is just to create the access that local communities need to determine their own outcomes of tourism. We want Malagasy people to reap the benefits from tourism, which unfortunately doesn't really happen right now. I first came to Madagascar as a student in 2017. I was a graduate student, and at that time I was with my professor, who is Malagasy. He's originally from Ambatonjozak, and Dr. Joël Luc. And, he really kind of took me under his wing, almost like his zanj. And it really meant the world to me. At that point, I always knew that I wanted to do something here in Madagascar. Unfortunately, from 2017, it was 5 years until I finally came back here. Life happens, and there was a lot of difficult challenges I had to face, but I always had this idea. You can ask anyone back in America that knows me. I always talked about Madagascar, always thought about Madagascar. And I finally was able to make it happen in 2022, 2 years ago. And I'm really excited to be here now and looking forward to everything that's going to happen as well in 2025.
Exactly. Thank you for that amazing introduction. Actually, we know you as, Tim McGuire, but what is exactly your real name?
So my name is Timothy, like the Bible, Timothy Stewart McGuire. That's my full name.
Timothy?
Yeah. Stewart McGuire. But, if someone calls me Timothy Stewart McGuire or even Timothy, it's probably my mother because she's angry with me, So I don't really, if someone says Timothy, it gets my attention. I get a little bit scared, yeah. So all my life, people just call me Tim, or Timmy, or Timbo.
Or Ratim.
Or Ratim. In Madagascar, they call me Ratim. So,
hearing of McGuire, I think that sounds a little bit Irish.
Yes, right? Sir. Yeah, Irish. So my father is of Irish ancestry, but he grew up in the state of Maine, which is all the way in the northeast of the United States. And he was a boxer. He was a fighter. And that time there was the French side of town and the Irish side of town, and so there was always this big rivalry. And maybe that's why now I don't like to speak French and everything. Maybe I get it from my dad. I don't know. But he's also an artist, like one of the most amazing artists, and he's very spiritual. He believes in in Jesus, and he's painting the life of Jesus, his whole life. And if I show you after the paintings, like, you will be, wow, it's amazing. And he never went to school. He wasn't able to finish high school. Life was really difficult for him, but he taught himself everything about art. And he's really, really amazing and a big inspiration for me. Like, you don't have to go to school to gain some competency. You can learn on your own. So yeah, you're talking about Irish. That's yeah.
By the way, because you mentioned about the agency tour here in Madagascar, I think you are the one who runs it right now.
Yes.
It's called Tour One What is it?
TourOnePlanet.
TourOnePlanet. That's the thing. So like, actually, I'm a little bit curious about that. Like, why did you choose Madagascar?
Yeah. Well, I'll try to keep it as short as possible because it's actually kind of a long story, and maybe one day will require me to actually write a book series. But as I mentioned, I first came in 2017, and there was two things that I had to accomplish here to finish my master's degree. One was I had to do the study tour, which has some educational credits, which I need to do. And the last part is I have to do my internship. And so I completed the study tour and then was going to do my internship in Andavaduk, Tuliak. And you know, the problem is there was a little bit of space, like 2 weeks in between the end of the study tour and the beginning of the internship. So being a Vaza, and it's my first time here, I knew nothing. I don't know what to do. But my professor says, I have many friends in Tana. You can stay here. You know, friends, because he went to school in Nankatsu. So I have many friends here. But then he came back to me and said something kind of strange. He said, Tim, you know, we're gonna go. My son and I are gonna go have our vacation in the north to visit my wife's family because she's also Malagasy, and you know, you can come with us. It'll be great. You see more of the country. And I said, oh, thanks so much, Dr. Joel, but I don't have any money. Like really, like Fazala Namufu, like
I wouldn't say that.
Because at this time, really, like every bit of money I had was to finish my education, right? So this was really the thing that changed everything for me was he said, listen, if you don't mind to eat food with us, you know, if you don't mind to stay in the simple hotels and you don't mind the long road trip, like, don't worry about it. Like, I got you. So here's the thing. My professor, he's gas, you know, very Malagasy. And it's his opportunity to have his vacation, not to worry about speaking English or being with Vaza, like, just to live his life. And so he took me, you know, someone who'd never been to Madagascar before, kind of uncultured white boy, and took him on his vacation. That changed my life more than anything. To have someone like that take that kind of interest in me and maybe even believe in me, from that moment, I knew that I wanted to do something here. And there was many other things that happened along the way, but I can say that I'm not only here in Madagascar, but I'm here because of the impact that Malagasy people have had on me. And so what I do here is really just it comes from my heart because I really mean it. Like I love Madagascar and for what the people have done for me. So everything I do here is coming from that place.
Wow. That's inspiring, and so that was the head start of it then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it took a long time, you know. Like I thought I had to find a job to come back here, and no one wanted to hire me because he doesn't speak French, he doesn't speak Malagasy, he's just a white boy from Maine. Like we'll get somebody else, you know. But eventually I decided no, I'm gonna do my own thing, and I'm really grateful for that because I really love what I'm doing now.
Yeah. So I'm a little bit curious. Like, how do you communicate here in Madagascar? Because you only speak English. You don't speak French, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah. So how do you deal with it?
So my undergraduate degree is in communications, and you'll be, I think, really fascinated to find that there's other ways to communicate beyond verbally. Right, so some of my best friends in Madagascar don't speak English, and like you mentioned, I don't speak Malagasy very well. But somehow we find ways to have very meaningful conversations. You have to be intentional. You have to pay attention. You have to understand, nonverbal and the body language, and you have to understand the context. You know, like when you understand a little bit more about Malagasy culture, you can kind of understand what someone is thinking, you know, in certain moments. For example, I went to go visit my professor's family in Ambattajazak, and it's kind of a surprise. I don't tell him because I want to see what his life was like growing up without him knowing I'm doing it. It was kind of like an investigation. And, his parents don't speak English, but they hosted me. We went on by taxi Bruce together from Ambattajazak to Tamatave, and they told me, they said, traveling with me made them feel like they were with their son, my professor. And I was like, it felt so amazing, So I've been able to still have build those meaningful relationships despite really struggling with the Malagasy language. But I'm gonna learn. That's the. Sure. You guys are speaking English.
Yeah. Can you just say some few words in Malagasy that you know already? Like what?
You're putting me on the spot, huh? What do you want me to say? I can introduce myself. Niraraku Tima, Zaudia, founder TourOnePlanet, Zaubakani America, Florida, si Maine, and it's
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, talking of what is it, Makwa Tour? Actually, we've known you since the Makwa Tour, and how did you end up like interviewing these big stars, like big names?
I could say I don't know.
How did you end up there?
It was just a long process. I've always been a big fan of Malagasy music. I think a lot of it was because I first heard the music when I came here as a student, and it became a very nostalgic thing for me. When I was in the U.S. and I hear this music, it puts me in when I'm having bad times and I hear this music, it puts me in a happier place. And artists that really did that were Lion Hill, Shine, Denise, and when I first started my project, I just reached out to everyone, like, can you share this post, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. No one responds to me. But like 1 or maybe even almost 2 years later, I get a message back from Denise. Yeah. And she said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. I missed your message. And I say, why is she being so, like, she's a superstar and she's talking to me like it's normal. And then maybe a year later, I finally meet her at the Jeu des Îles. She has a concert, and we talk, and I introduce my project, and she's very supportive and so humble. And then I get to meet Shine, and I meet them when they were visiting Tana, and I guess they start to know me then. We also visit, I think, in Tamatave another time. So they start to be familiar with me, and of course I really, really respect them, not just their music, but them as people. And when I heard about the Mokua Festival, I said, I want to go there. But actually, I had an invitation to go to Diego, and I have to go to Diego anyways for work. So I was going to go there, but I at the last minute, I asked Denise, I say, do you want me to go at the festival? She says, yes, you're my friend, I want you there. And I said, okay, but I should have some kind of project, So we had talked a little bit about, maybe one day trying to bring Malagasy music to America. So I said, why don't I do some English content, some English interviews, but keep it like street style, not... All the interviews that people have here are very formal and everything. And I'm like, let's see people's personality, Let's have them. And I think even it's the first time I think that I've seen like these artists have interviews like that. Even if it's Malagasy, it's like very formal. But here they were just having a good time, showing their personality, and all of them like have really, really good personality. It was, for me I was a big fan. It was crazy to be around all these artists like in the same place. It was amazing.
Yeah, me myself, like that was like the first time I really saw, you on Facebook. So actually my friend right here, like, he let you know, okay? And he let me know about you, and actually, but so you've been around here in Madagascar, and how is it like living in here right now for you?
I mean, my life is great here. I know it's not this way for many Malagasy people, and I understand that. But for me, life is really good. And my younger brother has a tattoo that says "Where much is given, much is expected." So I feel like where much is given, much is expected. So I feel like I've been given a lot from Madagascar and from my life personally, and so I take it as a responsibility to to pay it forward, to pay it back. So, but as far as my life here, like I really like it. I mean, I love it, you know. And I don't need a lot of, you know, fancy things or anything. Like as long as we have a varisilok, I'm good, you know. That's all I need. So.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question, man. Like you've been here now like for more than 5 years, right?
Well, kind of. I mean, if I'm just staying here consistently, I'm still kind of going back and forth because I'm a tourist. But hopefully I will.
Like since 2017.
That's the first time I came. But then there was like 5 years in between. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your like a best experience? Like I mean, like the time you left USA, for sure you expected to experience something here or to see something. You know what I mean? So how did did that happen?
Yeah. Honestly, when I first came here, I didn't really have much expectation or anything because I was so focused on just having the money to pay for school. So I just barely made it. Like I had a car and it was a Ratspe automobile, and but I sold it, and even my professor knew I was struggling, and I said, you know, I need to sell the car now. Like someone was there to buy it, and he says, you know, for me to leave the class, it's okay. So he was cool like that, you know. And I sold the car, and that was just enough money to finish the school. So I wasn't really thinking about Madagascar, to be honest. I just want to finish the school, you know. And when I first came here to Tana, I was like, my eyes are burning, my nose is always runny, and I said, I don't like Madagascar. But, you know, it's after really understanding what's happening here and meeting people, that's what, you know, changed everything for me. That's when I fell in love, was because of the people, you know. So that's been it.
So far you've been having like a good experience.
Yeah, man, but there's some bad things. I mean, I've had something stolen from me. I've been extorted by the police. I've not had the amount of respect from certain places that I think I should have had. Like there's some difficult things, you know. Even I got very sick in 2017. Like I get really, really sick. I lose a lot of weight. I become just like bones when I'm in the South. But it was just an experience, you know. And I'm still here. So we good.
By the way, you know, on the job, especially on the tour guide, like what was so far the best place that you visited here in Madagascar, and what was your favorite?
Yeah, Andavadouk is my favorite. Always. That's like home for me. You know, it's the first place in Madagascar where they don't call me Vaza, they call me Tim. Or they'll call me Vaza the Basket because I play basketball and they all know me as the basketball player. So that place for sure, but you know, I think the most beautiful place that I've seen in Madagascar is Fort Dauphin. It's Sainte Marie is also very beautiful. I really love everywhere. I even love Tana. People are really surprised by that, but the reason I love Tana is it's about people, you know, like it's about relationships, and that's what makes me love a place or not love a place. You know, it's the people, so I get excited when I have the chance to stay in Tana for some time because I get to see all my friends, and that's I enjoy it, you know. I don't know, man. It's hard to say a favorite place because I mean Manakara. I really like Manakara. Like it's all of these places.
You've been around. Huh?
Yeah. I just next week I go to the Sava region, and I've never been to Sava. Never been to Sambava and Tala. So for our platform for TourOnePlanet, we should have locals everywhere who can provide some type of travel experience. That's how it's working. And right now we don't have anyone in that region, so. It's like a recruitment journey for me to try to get people to know about TourOnePlanet and get them to be on our platform.
Yes, sir.
That was amazing.
Yeah, this man Tim right here is a really cool man.
By the way, I like the way you pronounce, you know, Madagascar. You know, like
That's Madagascar.
I like that. You know.
Yeah, I can't help it. When my professor said that, I was like, I just want to sound like him. So Madagascar, because this comes easy. I can't say Madagascar. It's actually it's more difficult to say the Madagascar. It's so long, but you can say Madagascar. It's easy. Boom.
Yeah, this is like a crazy question because I know right there we have different viewers, men or female. So they want to know your marital status right now. You know what
My
I mean?
marital status?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not married. That's yeah.
All right. But anyway, as I said, like, because we had a little conversation before the show, and here in Madagascar, as I said earlier, like, at the English School of Madagascar, right there, not only do we teach American English, but also we teach the mindset, the personal growth, personal development, because that is something that we see it's missing, here in Madagascar. Like, especially the young, like they don't dare to dream. They don't dare to set a goal and do whatever it takes to achieve it, because maybe their surroundings and everything trying to like kind of pull them down, and at the end of the day they got discouraged, and they give up on the dream, on the goal. So what do you say about that? What do you think about that? Like some kind of advices?
Yeah, well, it's interesting you bring that up, and given that I'm in the travel and tourism space, I think travel has a really unique way of exchanging cultures. Like, there's so much that Americans can learn from Malagasy people, and vice versa. I think there are many things that Malagasy people can learn from Americans. So one thing, as you mentioned about dreaming, if we don't have a dream, we have nothing. We really have nothing in life without a dream. And to your point, I do notice that, especially Malagasy youth, they're not able to dream. But they have a dream. They have a dream, but they don't allow themselves to really believe in it and think about it. This is really a sad thing. You can struggle with many things, but when you don't have a dream, you feel so empty. And I can speak for myself. When times in my life where I was the most depressed and discouraged and just empty was when I felt like I didn't have a dream or a purpose. But we all have those things. We all have a purpose, whether it's something simple like just to be make people smile every day, or you have this dream of changing the industry of tourism, for example. Each one is important, and I encourage everyone around the world, but especially here in Dago, in Madagascar, like, don't be afraid to dream. That's how we can improve this place, is with dreams. If we don't have a dream, it's only going to get worse here. So that's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, talking about dreams. I've heard this, and we've also talked about this backstage, but I want to talk at the on stage. Like, what is exactly American dream? You know what I mean? American dream. What is it exactly?
Yeah. So first, I'll kind of share what I think what people think it is. So I've been asked this question a lot by Malagasy young people, interested in studying abroad. And there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying anything wrong with studying abroad. That's a really good thing. But the problem is that many people have this idea that the American dream means that you're going to live some really luxurious, comfortable lifestyle, right? And it's just not the case. Americans work very hard. Life can be very difficult because it's very expensive, and for an immigrant, it's even more difficult. If you struggle with the English language, that's going to be a challenge. People will look at you funny, and if you want to be a student, which most people, when they go to America, they are a student. Well, how will you support yourself? You cannot really work because the visa doesn't allow you to have a normal job. So if you are able to work, you make just a small amount of money. So then how do you pay for your apartment? How do you pay for your school? How do you pay for your food? these are things that are real challenges, you know, and you don't have these challenges in Madagascar. Like when people go to the US, you know, normally they have some resources, they have a home, they have food every day. When you go to the US, it's not like that. So the American dream is really like this. It's a place where you can dream, right? The American dream is not just the thing of itself. It's a space where it's okay to dream. So if you have a dream about developing your country or pursuing some kind of career, this is the place to do it. But it does not come easily. You have to work your ass off. Like really, like you cannot just go there and expect someone to give you. We don't give you anything. You know, you got to take it. You got to earn it. And you know, yeah, sometimes you got to get a little bit lucky too. But you keep pushing, and it is possible. It is possible. There's been too many immigrants who have come to the country and been successful, you know, but it's because they had a purpose. They knew why they were doing it. And so every time that life got hard, they remembered the reason that they were doing it. And that's why they kept going, you know. And that's really the American dream at the end of the day. It's that.
I'm gonna ask you to share your last message for our viewers.
Okay. Well, first of all, just shameless pitch for my business, TourOnePlanet.com. If you're interested in providing travel experiences to foreigners, where you get paid, you get to practice your French or your English or whatever other language, I really welcome you to reach out to me on any social media, TourOnePlanet, and we can get you registered for the platform. It's a really good opportunity to make some extra money, and it's good money. It's not just a little bit; it's a lot. So this would be really great. But as far as my last message, I just want to thank you guys for the opportunity of being here. Thank you guys for working to speak the English language. Thanks for not just speaking like the English language that we read in the textbook, but you really, speak it like we do in America. So it's really cool. I want people to know about me that, and I've said it already, but I really love Madagascar. Like I really do, and I don't see my future without Madagascar. So. I'm for all the things that you see me doing right now, humbly, I say that we're just at the beginning. We didn't come this far to only come this far. We got a long way to go. And it's not about me, it's about all of us. We only go as far as we take it together. And so it's up to us, our generation, to create the future we want here in this country, and this is really my message.
Yeah. Anyway, everybody, we really appreciate the fact that you also accept our invitation right here. You know, we are more than grateful for having you on our show, which is ESM Talkshow. We hope that we're gonna have a lot more interaction in the future. You know. Some collaborations, why not?
For sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Much love, man.
Yeah. I think everything has been said, so this one, really thank you. You know what I mean? And thank you also, guys, for watching the show till the end and enjoy it and get all the necessary information, you know. And like he said, if you need more cooperation and everything, just don't be reluctant to reach out to him and everything, you know, or also to reach out to us, English Go Madagascar.
Absolutely.
Okay, so thank you guys, thank you, and bye.